We've been driving around, singing songs way too loud because we wanna. Picking up all our friends, fill up the carteiling bands because we wanna. Yeah, we just wanna have fun. The trunk's full of wine. We're gonna stay up at the time of our.
Hey guys, MJJC, the manufacturer out of, I believe, China, had reached out to me on Instagram. They saw my YouTube channel and they said, hey Rob, why don't we send you a Snowfoam cannon and some soap and you guys can do an honest review. You can do an honest review. And I said, fine. I said, at first I was a little intrigued by the offer. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a sponsored video or whatever the case is, but it's not. They just sent me the foam cannon. They sent me the soap, the shampoo that goes along with it, 600 milliliters of that, and they just want me to do an honest review. So I'm actually going to unbox this. I'm going to compare it with the Chemical Guys TORQ. I believe it's the TORQ version of their Snowfoam cannon, and we're going to kind of compare it side by side and see the differences. I was in the market for a new Snowfoam cannon. I just never went out and bought one. I wasn't sure what I wanted to get. I know MJJC, just a little history, they've been in business for about 12 years, since 2011. And again, they've been at the forefront when it comes to Snowfoam cannons. They've done a really good job. You see their name all over the place. So I was really intrigued and I wanted to try this out. So let's go ahead, let's start unboxing and let's do a sample. I'll even compare the two Snowfoam cannons side by side on one vehicle so you guys can see the differences. Why don't we get to it, unbox it, and try it out. All right, so here's the Snowfoam cannon they sent me. This is the MJJC S series version 3.0. So this is apparently one of the latest models that they have. Again, you know, it's got a nice box to it. I mean, for me, I don't really care what the box looks like. As long as it's a good quality box, it doesn't break apart during delivery. I'd rather have them put the money into the item inside of it instead, to be quite honest. But it is a nice box. It's has some information there, some directions on how to use it. It is made in China. What's new with the version 3, the S series, is this new structure, easier and smoother to control. It's got a 360-degree spray, new straw tube, easier to consume all the liquid in the bottle, and you'll see why that is when I take it out. The new bottle and cap, easier to attach the foam cannon body. The new foam technology, thicker and shaving cream foam. So it's supposed to come out a little bit more of a shaving cream consistency. It's thicker, so it dwells on the car a little longer, picks up those dirts, and that actually like lets it drip off. So that's the whole reason for the Snowfoams. You know, it'll dwell on the car, it'll moisten up and really kind of take those dirts and soften them up, because honestly, most of the scratches that you create on a car is during contact wash and contact drying. So that's why people are trying to avoid the amount that you're actually going to touch the vehicle. And if you do touch the vehicle, they want to make sure that you minimize the amount of dirt or abrasives that are on the car before you actually wash the car. So that's the whole point of it. That's the whole concept. So let's open this up. So here are the operating instructions for the version 3. Step 1, inspect the nozzle installed on the spray gun body. And again, like the head unit, this head unit right here, I've seen so many different reviews and they're saying that this head is identical to their Pro Series. So if it is, I'm sure it is. I mean, maybe there's some minor differences or something like that. Maybe it's manufactured by a different company, but the specs and everything are identical. So you could tell right off the bat that it's a high quality unit. It's got a really good brass fittings. And the one advantage that I see already is you can actually move. You see the center here? You can actually move this side to side in any direction. Not only can you open and close it, you can actually move it 90 degrees, 180 degrees. So that's pretty cool. And I know for a fact that inside of this unit, which you can take apart, there's a little pin right here that you can remove and you can disassemble this entire thing. There's filters inside of this that are replaceable. So, but by the time you have to replace the filter, unless your water is so dirty, you're probably in the market for a new one. So the other thing that I noticed too is that this has got a quick connect type top for the mouth of the bottle, which I'm curious to see, because that's the one thing I had a problem with my older one. This is the Chemical Guys unit. It is a TORQ unit, and as you can see, this only opens and closes side by side. I don't know if you can see that, but this opens and closes, but you can't twist it 180 or 90 degrees. You can't change this. You have to actually just change the angle of how you're spraying. Here's the tube, the pickup tube for the soap. So it's probably your standard silicone tube. A different orifice for the unit, I believe for low pressure units, low pressure or low GPMs. So you can change the nozzle inside of the unit to take advantage of that. 90% of the people that I know don't change that at all. There's no need to. This has a stainless steel ball at the end of the tube to keep it in the direction of the fluid. So depending on where and you'll see it when I start putting it all together. So as this moves, right, if you're moving this way, all of the liquid will be on the bottom side here, and that stainless steel ball will actually pick up all of the liquid depending on which angle you're actually using the gun. So that's an ingenious idea. I think it's pretty cool, and I like the fact that this is clear. I mean, the fact that this is clear and you can see the liquid in here and see how much you have volume wise. I think that's a great idea. I mean, it's just unbelievable. Why would they use something so opaque? You know, you can't even see anything. And I like the fact that it's got a wider nozzle, wider top here, a mouth, so you can easily install your liquid. So this is the other issue, right? This Chemical Guys, the head is so heavy, and this is so narrow that it just easily falls. So every time you put this thing down, you gotta hope that it doesn't tip over. So I'm gonna put this silicone tube on the back end of this. Right, so it's secure. And then this goes in here. Oh, and that was so easy. That was super easy. So basically it's almost like a compression fitting. So you see those like rubber seals right there? That'll keep anything from coming out. But all it does is it takes a quarter turn and it's sealed. So yeah, I mean, it's a high quality unit. I like this a lot, I really do. And it comes with the adapter. This is the quick connect adapter for the back end, which we'll install right now. And I believe that's the universal style. If you look on their website, there's a whole bunch of different versions depending on the power washer that you do have, and you don't need any Teflon tape or anything like that. This has got seals on it, and all you got to do is spin it on and tighten it, and that's it, and you're ready to rock and roll. You're ready to go. So I love the clear bottle idea. I think that's a great idea. The stainless steel ball on the end, which has a screen on it too, so that's going to prevent any debris or anything from coming up. So if you are using dirty water, or for some reason some debris gets into it, it won't pull up and clog up your head unit here. So yeah, I mean, it's got this little ridge right here so you can hold on to it. Obviously you can set this thing down and there's no issues at all with it falling. Not like this one where you have to worry every 2 seconds if this thing's gonna tip over. Now, is this a bad unit? No. I've had this thing for about 5 years, at least 5 years, and it did really well for me, no question about it. But you can tell that the top of this head unit is not seating correctly on this reservoir, this container. It is a very, very small, right here, to put the chemical in, you know, or your soaps in. So it is a pain in the butt. It doesn't have the stainless steel ball at the end. This is like a sort of a silicone tube. It's got a wider diameter on it, so it does pull a lot more material out quicker. But yeah, I mean, it's a decent unit. It's heavy. It's made very well. No question about it. That TORQ's company is a very good company, but it's dated. You know, I mean, I've had this for 5+ years, ready for a new one. So that's why I was glad that MJJC reached out to me and sent me this one. I'm really curious to try this one out. I think what we're gonna do now is we're gonna fill this up, because it is graduated. It shows the milliliters here from 100. They're 100 milliliter increments. So 1, 2, 3, actually 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1,000 milliliters fills up the whole thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill this up to 900 milliliters of water. And then the last 100 milliliters will be of the MJJC Snowfoam. And that's gonna be the setup, right? Because 100 milliliters is basically 3 ounces. So you can put just a little bit shy of 3 ounces. You don't have to put 3 ounces. This is very liquidy. It's very low on viscosity, so you don't have to worry about it being so thick. And I think that's going to work to its advantage. It's actually going to work well in terms of creating a foam and then have it get cling on the car. So, and then what I'll do is once we use half of this on the car, I'll show you a test spin with this unit. I'll transfer this liquid over to this one, and then we'll see if there's a difference. We'll kind of like compare side by side and see if there's a difference. Probably won't be much of a difference, but honestly, just in the design, the way that this is set up, the quality, I'm intrigued about this one. I think this was going to be a good unit. I'm going to love using this thing for the next few years. I'm really happy that MJJC reached out to me. I'm really curious about their foam. I do have other foams that I use. I typically use CarPro Reset to wash my cars because it's a little bit more basic and it's very slippery. And that's perfect when it comes to like your contact wash. It minimizes the scratches. But I'm really curious to see what this is. Okay, so this is 600 milliliters of this product. This retails for about $12.99, and this Cannon, Snowfoam Cannon, retails for about 90 bucks, which is not that bad. I mean, it's really got the quality of like $100 plus Snowfoam Cannon, but this is only $89. You can get it directly from their website. I think McKee's sells it, and a couple other companies sell it. But I'm going to put a couple links down below for both of these items so that you could purchase it through me, and hopefully there's a little bit of a discount. Yeah, if you can support the channel and order these items through those links that I provide, that would be very helpful. So let's get right to it. I'm going to fill this up with water first. The one thing I forgot to mention is make sure that the water that you're using is conditioned water. Make sure that it's soft water, that it's not hard water, because soft water will actually induce a foam rather than, if anyone's ever experienced hard water, it's difficult for hard water to suds. So what you want to do is make sure that you have conditioned water. I have filtered water. It goes through a carbon filter and it goes through a water softener. 900 milliliters of water in there. And now I'm going to put in about 900 or 90 milliliters of the Snowfoam liquid, the shampoo. And you can see it kind of mixes very easily. I'm going to reinstall the Snowfoam Cannon head. And it's got almost like a refreshing aroma. It doesn't say what it is, but it's pH neutral, contains crude palm oil. Okay, so it kind of smells almost like coconut or something like that. So I'm going to mix it a little bit. All right, so let's hook this up to the power washer that I just got, the Ryobi 3100 2.3 gallons per minute, and run this through and see what it looks like on the car. overall it did really well. I mean, granted, I used a topper on this, but it did a really good job of cleaning off the dirt. Okay, the MJJC S series version 3.0. Would I recommend this foam cannon? I would. I think there's a lot of advantages to this. I love the wider mouth. I like the straw with the stainless steel ball at the end that'll allow it to pick up all the material that's in here. It does pick up the material very quickly. So if you're looking to save some material, this is probably not the unit for you, but you can adjust it. You can adjust the amount of material that goes through by spinning this wheel up here. And I had to make some adjustments before I had it right, before I got that perfect foam mixture hitting the car. And I like to try it with different soaps. Although this was a pretty good foam shampoo, I think I'd like to try it with the CarPro Reset and see how that works, and maybe a couple other foams to see how that works also. I'm still going to use the Chemical Guys TORQ version of the Snowfoam Cannon. Their version's back there somewhere. But I am going to use this one from time to time. I mean, did I use this function where you can actually spin this around and change the flow, you know, the pattern, like make this fan go horizontally? No, I didn't. Is there an advantage to that? Maybe. Maybe there's, if you do hundreds of cars, if you're a detailer, you might, you know, find that helpful. But for me, as a weekend warrior, where I detail some cars here and there, I don't think it's going to be a huge advantage. So, but overall, I think it's an excellent unit. I think it's you're getting a lot for the money. For $89, you're getting a lot for the money, and for $12, you're getting a pretty decent snow foam. So, do I recommend it? Yes, I do. I think it's a good snow foam cannon. I think they did a really good job. MJJC does a really good job since 2011 of recreating their snow foam cannons and redeveloping them and making them better, and obviously sending it out to the community for us to try and give it honest reviews. So I do appreciate that. So hats off to them. I hope the next versions are even better, and I hope this is helpful. And if it is, like the video, subscribe, and more videos are going to be coming soon. So talk to you soon. Thanks.